How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. So basically this video is going to go over my current thoughts on the crypto market, as well as discussing some of the previous coins that have been mentioned during this channel, and ultimately just a little refresher since I haven't posted in a while, and kind of some plans that we'll be moving forward on. In case you guys are wondering, that should all be time-stamped down below. So let's just get right into it and go over my current thoughts on the market. So my current thoughts after looking at how this past month has been and now this entirety of April, I can say that it appears to be that we are approaching back into our bullish, which I guess we've technically always been bullish, but a more bullish stance in the market. I kind of talked about how I was a little bearish previously because that was genuinely how it appeared things to, the direction was appearing to be heading. But I can say now that looking at it, it does look like we've certainly flipped that and now do seem to be in a bullish stance yet again. But again, like I always say, it's important to cover all scenarios. So just as quickly as we flipped back into bullish sentiment, we could have bottomed out. We could then head right back down in another week or so. That's just honestly the nature of this market. And that's something that you do have to keep into consideration. That's why not financial advice, but I suggest investing only an amount that you'd be comfortable with losing in the event that the market doesn't go in the way that you think it is. Okay, so just to clarify that, but yeah, I do think genuinely we are headed back into bullish momentum yet again. As far as Bitcoin's graph, I apologize, I do not have it up on the screen here. I will have that in future videos. I just wanted to get a video out. But Bitcoin's graph looks good. Its chart fundamentally, you'd have to look into that. And I'm sure I'll make a video on that. But as far as across the board for altcoins, they've done significantly well in the past 30 days. If you would have bought dips on altcoins such as Aerodrome Finance, where it dipped to around that 28-cent range last month, or I guess around 20 something days ago, you would now be at a double at the very least. So definitely there were some opportunities for you to capitalize off of, but that is to say that we could have seen a different outcome happen with those tokens where they ultimately fall down even lower, but we've clearly not seen that happen. Again, you could have capitalized and doubled. Ski Mask stock, I believe, dropped to almost, maybe it was 2.5 cents. It was around 2.5 to 3 cents Ski Mask stock dropped to. And it is now, I believe, it hit 8 cents. I think it's at around 6.5, 7 cents as of this recording. So, I mean, there's at least a 2x right there. But nonetheless, you have a lot of tokens, specifically altcoins, doing very, very well. I'm sure we'll see some sort of resistance come out of this from the pushes that we've been having, because of these lows. That will potentially send things down just a tad bit lower before then potentially making another move up. But we'll have to see how this all plays out. But I do think, just moral of the story, that we're looking to be in bullish momentum. The tokens that we'll be covering throughout this upcoming week are Crow, because I'd like to give an update on that, as there really hasn't been one done from on my end in a decent bit. Aerodrome, we're again going to do another update video. I know I was saying, I'm not going to give price predictions, and I'm still not entirely. I can give you a guess, but it's a guess at that. But we're more so going to go over the projects themselves and if they'll have any chance of survival. I want to go over Ski as well. Moonwell we'll discuss a little bit. We haven't talked about that one in a while. Treble Swap, we haven't talked about it in a while. We'll just do a quick update on that. And during these videos, I will say if I will do an update on these again. So this could be a final update for some of these tokens. I don't think I said Alien Base. I would like to cover that one. As far as Render, ICP, tokens like that we've covered, I don't want to really update those. That might be in a video that goes over my top 5 highest conviction utility altcoins. Those would be on that list. So I'm not going to do a dedicated video for them, if that makes sense. But as of now, those are the tokens I will be making in-depth videos on. We're going to cover things such as their white papers, such as their tokenomics, such as what is the project actually doing. We're going to cover a lot of different aspects on these tokens do a little bit of a look into the technical analysis side of things in their graphs, but not so entirely. And yeah, just gonna really try to give a more in-depth experience update on these tokens. This video again is just more of a refresh update video that I wanted to put out there. I kind of took a break. I'd like to clarify, more so just a bunch of things have been going on, especially where I live. So my head's just not been in the right place for content, but we're back. So that's gonna be, it's gonna be nice to be back. And then one last thing, guys, we will have a Discord coming out soon. Soon meaning it will come out sometime this year. It's going to be a mix. I do plan to be streaming. We're starting to stream next year, as I will have my first apartment and I guess next school year, so around fall, I will be streaming. I'll have that in a completely different channel, but we're gonna be incorporating that as a free sub-level Discord that's gonna have entertainment, fashion, health, aspects all according to it, right? And that one, but then there's gonna be an add-on that you can buy that will have the crypto side of my community, which you guys are of course a part of. That will be a simple paid add-on as of right now. So it's gonna be a one-time lifetime membership. So for example, if you buy it right now, I'm thinking it'll be $100, $200. And mind you, there's people who are charging $1,000 a month. I've seen that. So this will be a simple one-time payment just to support what we're doing, support the resources that will be going into it. And so from there, we will then potentially move into a monthly subscription basis, just seeing how it goes. But for those who do buy in at the $100 to $200 for life, we'll get it for life. Like there will be no buying it for every single month. If that happens to roll out, I might just keep it at a lifetime payment. We'll honestly see, but yeah. So I'm excited for that to come out, but again, this is just more of a refresh video. I don't expect this one to get too much views, nor do I really care. But just wanting to know, those of you who are interested, basically what I'm just planning to do and just my overall thoughts on the market. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick informational video. With all that being said, I'll see you guys later.